Hello, and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, we're going to be around the house and we're going to be doing a little bit of everything. We're going to start off with doing some fall undecorating. We're going to talk about my plans for the upcoming Christmas holiday season and how I plan to decorate for Christmas. We're going to do a couple Christmas DIYs. We got a little bit of everything going on over here. I don't know how long this video is going to be today, but go ahead and get you something to sip on, maybe a little snack or whatever, because we're going to be around here for a little while, and I hope you'll come along for the ride. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, the last couple seasons when I've decorated, I've just kind of incorporated the season into my existing decor. Case in point, I've been decorating with a lot of black and white around my home. And so when I decorated for fall, I just kind of popped in some pumpkins that kind of blended in with the decor color scheme that I was already using. And I'm going to do the same thing for Christmas to the extent possible. Now, some spaces will have quite a transformation. Now, this is one of those spaces that'll go through more of a transformation because this is where I do my traditional or my nostalgic tree. I use ornaments in this area that I've had for some of them 30, 40 years, a long, long time. So there's not a lot of matching going on. It's kind of like whatever. And then also in the last couple years, I have incorporated my grandchildren's Christmas ornaments. So for the last, I think this will be the third or fourth Christmas that we've gone out and I've let them select their special keepsake ornaments. So we've got a whole collection of those, and we've got everything from Sonic the Hedgehog to princesses or whatever they're into at that time. So this room here will kind of have like whatever. It'll be more of your traditional nostalgic area with lots of colors. We may even use a multicolor lit tree in this area. Let me tell y'all something what happened to me. And I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining because with everything that's going on in this world today, this is a small thing. It really is. And I recognize that. I recognize that I am blessed. I am so, so blessed. And you are blessed. Anyway, let me tell you what happened. This is crazy. I partnered with a company for a Christmas tree for the last couple years. So I have been accumulating a lot of Christmas trees. So this year I'm partnering again, and it's like, okay, you need to purge some of these trees. Nobody in the family wanted a tree or whatever. So I'm like, I need to take one of the trees to the Goodwill. In my haste to do that, I don't know for certain yet, but I think that I donated the wrong tree. I will know real soon because once I get all this fall stuff out, I'm going to empty out my Christmas closet and everything. And that's when I'll know for sure if that other tree is in there. But yeah, I took it to the Goodwill, y'all. And then what happened was, so I took it to the Goodwill. It was like 2 days later, I think. That's when I woke up and it hit me that could have been the wrong tree. Because I'm thinking about now, like where I store. Some of the trees were in the garage, somewhere in this Christmas closet I mentioned. Any hoodles, I called the Goodwill and I said, hey, 2 days ago, I bought a Christmas tree in. It was in a red bag or whatever. Is it still there? Because I should not have donated that tree because I wanted to get it back to make sure. And they put me on hold. They came back. They said, yeah, there's a tree here. So I went and got it. But when I went and got it, I'm like, this don't look like the same bag that I brought. But, I'm like, what are the odds that they got a tree in this red bag? So I took the tree and brought it home. It's not my tree, guys. Anyway, more to come as to whether or not I donated the right tree, because honestly, I don't know. But we got derailed in this conversation. Let's go ahead and finish with this undecorating. Okay, so I'm in the entryway now, and I normally have fun in decorating this space. I have a small entryway, but I try to maximize it as much as possible for the season. So what we're going to do here is just like we've been doing throughout the house, just kind of take out the fall florals. I'm going to leave my vases and all the things that I have here just in case I want to use the same ones for Christmas. Just kind of add some Christmas stems or whatever. Not real sure yet. Might totally switch it out later as we really get into decorating. But one thing we know for sure is the fall stuff has to go. This was a really good purchase, this bowl here. I got it from Ross just a few months ago, but it's really good and it can easily flow from one season to the next with vase filler or whatever. I just took my stems out of that larger vase there and I'm storing my pine cones and my lotus pods separately. And I'm just using some Ziploc bags. And I typically will do that and then just drop the bags down in a larger plastic bag. I love those storage bags from the Dollar Tree for this very purpose, but I'll do that and then I'll decide what to do with this bowl once I get into the decorating phase here. But we'll go ahead and store these away. And yeah, so you see here, everything is empty and it's just ready for me to pop some Christmas stems down in there or some vase filler. All right, so we're in the living room now, and I didn't add a lot of fall into or fall decor into this space, so this is going to be really, really easy to get this cleaned out. Now, don't mind the condition of the room here. My grandkids have been here. I just had that pillow, and then I had a pumpkin right here that I've got to get out of here. Other than that, that was really it. Everything else can stay. It probably won't once I get into my decorating, but for right now, we're good. I'll store these away and they'll be all set to come back out next year. So in this living room, I'm going to be doing some changes. Like I decorate primarily with black and white in this space. For the Christmas season, I'm going to bring in my browns, my coppers, those same colors that I used last year in this space. For those of you that have been around for a while, I'm going to pop up a picture of the Christmas tree that I used in this space last year. So I'm coming back with those colors. So I'm going to add some brown, some of the warmth into this space. So I'll probably go with some brown pillows, that type of thing to kind of tie the look in. But I'm definitely going with that same colored tree, the same color theme as I used last year, but I'm going to do it with a twist. And I've mentioned it over here on the channel for those of you that didn't see that. I mentioned that I'm bringing in tortoise shell. So in addition to the browns, the coppers, and that type of thing, I'm going to be mixing in some tortoise shell air with it. So stay tuned for that. All right, so now we're getting ready to go undecorate the bedroom. And this space here, I'm most excited about decorating for the Christmas season. About maybe 5, 6 years ago, I'm not sure when, but I started putting Christmas trees in my bedroom, and that is the best thing I could have ever done. You know, I grew up where we put our Christmas tree in the living room, and I was born in the era where you didn't play in the living room, you didn't really go in the living room very often. So we didn't get to enjoy the Christmas tree the way that I get to enjoy a Christmas tree now because I put them all over my house and no area is off limits. No shade, mom, but that was pretty bad. We couldn't go in the living room. She's gonna say that is not true. That is not true. But anyway, it's all good. So anyway, I put a Christmas tree in my bedroom and I loved it. So anyway, once I get this room undecorated, that will be my first tree that's going to be going up because I want to have the maximum amount of time enjoying this tree. I'm going in the bedroom with the black and white. I've talked about that a lot over here. So it's going to be black and white, which is also the color that my bedroom is right now. I decorated with a lot of black and white for the fall season. And I am really loving incorporating the season into my decor that I already have, as opposed to, you know, redoing everything, changing colors in every room. I don't have the energy for that right now in my life. So just kind of popping in things with the same colors where I don't really have to think about it. Plus, I get to enjoy it longer. You know what I mean? So, anyway, enough chatting. Let's go in here and get this fall stuff out of here so that the Christmas planning can go forward in this space. Much like the rest of the house, I didn't do a whole lot in this room either. I just had a fall pillow in here. I had some pine cones and this acorn here in this bowl. So I don't have a whole lot to pack away here. And I already know that a lot of these pieces will definitely be used, like the bowl and some of the things that are on these shelves will be used because we're going with the black white, and I am bringing in gold in this space as well, and I'm thinking about even using some silver, but for right now all we're doing is getting out the pumpkins and we are good to go. And I do like to add a touch of the season into my bathrooms as well. So I can't forget that I do have this one pumpkin here in this vase that needs to come out of this bathroom so that we can keep this area clear for what we'll add for Christmas. And that reminded me of my powder room. I always add a few little touches in here for the fall season as well. So I've got to remember to take all these out. And they're just pretty much pumpkins. That's pretty much all I do for the fall season. Pumpkins and pine cones. Now, I had this bright idea this year that I was going to do something a little bit different with my pine cones. I've always used them and I've always gotten them from outside. I just go outside, I get them, I bring them in the house, clean them, and then I'd start decorating with them. But I have been seeing these bleached pine cones and I love the concept of it. So they don't look like they're painted. I didn't want them painted. I know you can paint them, you can add glitter, you can do a lot of different things like that. But I really like these because they look so natural because they were bleached. So I had the bright idea to go out to the park, collect some pine cones and try bleaching them. So let me show you how that turned out. I picked a really pretty day to come out to the park to do this. So I did spend some time not only picking my pine cones, but also just kind of enjoying nature. And I just find that that just helps me out so much mentally. But here I am out here picking these pine cones. And I must say, I picked a perfect time to come because they were literally everywhere. So all I had to do was take a few steps and I was able to fill up my bag in no time. Now, I did pay some attention to the condition of the pine cones. I didn't want any that were too messed up or mashed in or whatever. So I did that. And then, they have sticks mixed all in there with them. So I had to do a little bit of cleaning in that respect, but that was okay. Let's enjoy a Zen moment here. This was a great day. I really enjoyed myself out there, but now it's time to get home and get to work. So I'm coming in with these pine cones. I'm just going to pour them into this little bucket. I got this from the Dollar General. I'm pouring water in here on here. It's like 2 parts water to 1 part bleach. That's what I used. I think if I ever did this again, I would add more bleach. You'll see why shortly. But anyway, here I am with the Clorox, and I'm going to go ahead and mix that in and just kind of leave my concoction here. When I looked it up online, people were saying that they let it soak for 24 to 48 hours. And so that is how I kind of went into this. So here I am pouring that bleach in there, right on these pine cones. The good thing about it, even if this does not work out, is the pine cones will be nice and sanitized. So yeah, I did that. And then I noticed that the pine cones kind of started to float to the top, of course, because of the liquid in there. So you will see me kind of go in and add something in it or try to weight them down so that they stay submerged in the solution. Now, I let mine stay in here for a total of 3 days. I kept checking on them and they just weren't turning color. So I was a bit discouraged, but here they are after I took them out. I ended up putting them in the oven to dry them. And this is what the final result looked like. Not much of a difference. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ever do this again. Maybe I needed to leave them in the bleach longer. I don't know. But they're clean pine cones and they certainly can be used. They just didn't turn out as light as I thought. I'm going to pop up a picture of what I really envisioned for this, but we're going to roll with it. Sorry, I lost my audio, but what I was saying is that we're just going to roll with them and we're going to move forward with styling them to see how they turn out. So recall I used this bowl here for the fall season. I love this bowl because it goes straight into Christmas time. I always use it right on into the new season, but here I am adding some stems that I already owned. And these are some that I used last year with the brown in them. So I'm just kind of playing around right now just to see what I might try to create with this bowl. So I'm just adding the stems in here and I'm putting them in here any kind of way they can go in. There's no right, no wrong. I always say that. But I'm just kind of adding them in there. And then I'm going to go in with my newly bleached pine cones. This is the fun part for me. I'm just experimenting. Nothing will really stay necessarily for the day because I'm not really in the decorating mode yet. I'm still in the planning phase. But this is what the pine cones are looking like. And as I'm looking at them now, they do look lighter. They definitely did lighten up from the, typical pine cone that you bring in the house. But I don't know if the juice was worth the squeeze. It was a lot of work that I did, to go out and get them or whatever. But I needed some new ones anyway. And this is how it's coming together. And I really like it. Like, no one would be none the wiser. No one would look at these pine cones and say, hey, they didn't turn out light or whatever. No one would really know but me. This is just a me thing. But I love the way that this bowl looks. And I could also do this same type of arrangement in the white marble bowl that I have near my front door that I showed, and just add in pine cones, Christmas ornament balls, greenery, whatever you want to add. It's perfectly fine. Now, you might be thinking you probably need to leave DIYs alone, but I didn't. And I had another bright idea. So let me share with you what I did with this one. Now, I don't know if you're like me, but I buy fruit in the bags like this, and a lot of times I don't get to use them all before they go bad. This particular time, I did have to buy some fresh ones just for this project, but this can be done with any old fruit that you have in your home, fruit that's going to go bad or whatever. I'm not a fan of wasting food, but this is what I'm doing here. So I got these oranges, I'm cutting them up, and my plan here is to dehydrate these oranges for the purposes of decor. Now, if you don't like the ideal of dehydrating the oranges, whole oranges are perfect for decor. Even while you're eating off of them, you can always add them to your decor centerpieces or whatever in the meantime. But this is the look that I wanted. I wanted the dehydrated orange look. Now you can mix the dehydrated oranges into a garland or a wreath. You can put them in a bowl of pine cones, whatever you want to do with them. So I'm just slicing mine. I'm trying to get evenly sliced pieces here, and I'm going to put them in the oven. Now, if you have a dehydrator, obviously you can use that. Air fryer sometimes will have a dehydrate setting on them, but I'm going to use the regular oven. I'm just going to turn my oven down to its lowest setting, which I believe is 170, something like that. I'm just going to put them in there on a cookie sheet and just let them bake for a very long time because it takes a long time. So I just kept looking at them once I got them sliced to see if they are even. I didn't do a great job with this. So I'm just kind of showing this so you see some are thick, some are not so thick, but it is what it is. We're just going to move forward. We're not going to let that stop us for what we're trying to do here. But anyway, as I was saying, when they were dehydrating, I just kept looking at them after, every hour or 2 hours or whatever, because it took probably 5, 6 hours to dehydrate them. I'm sure it would have been faster if I had done them in the air fryer on that dehydrate setting, but I didn't. But they turned out pretty good, guys. They really did. Also, if you don't want to use these for decor purposes, you can take them, dehydrate them, and add them into your Christmas punch. That type of thing is really pretty. I've seen people string them on their Christmas trees. I've seen them use them as Christmas ornaments. There's so many things that you can do with them. Once I got them sliced up, then I just kind of patted them dry before I put them into the oven. That kind of slows down the dehydration process because they need to be as dry as possible. Like I said, I put them in the oven on the lowest possible setting, and then they were able to do their own thing. And I must say that initially your home will smell amazing because you're smelling the citrus in your home. About a couple hours into it, I turned them over just to make sure that they were kind of dehydrating evenly. And you can see there's still moisture there. It took a long time for them to dry out. Here we are a couple hours later, and I'm definitely seeing some progress. Now, some time has gone by and these are pretty much ready. I'm not mad at all at how these turned out. I really like them. And I'm just going to add these to my vase filler collection that I like to bring out for the seasons. And for right now, I'm just going to pop a couple of them down into this little bowl that we put together with the bleached pine cones. That's a cute little look. So that's one option for them. But you'll be seeing these more in my decor this season. Well, that's the end of today's video. I apologize for the long video. I know it's probably long at this point. I don't know how long it is, but if you are still watching, I would like to thank you for hanging in there with me with all of my shenanigans for the day. But I am so excited because now I can really start to pull out all the Christmas stuff and, just start decorating everything. We've got all the fall stuff put away, it's packed away. I don't have to look at that anymore, and it's time for the holiday season. So, if you are not currently subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that post notification bell. That way, you can be notified each time I upload videos. I typically upload videos every Monday and every Wednesday. I'm contemplating what my schedule will be for the Christmas season, but for now, Monday and Wednesdays are the days. Hit the post notification bell. I think I already said that. What else I want to say? Hit the like button. Let me know if you enjoyed today's video. And to all my returning family members, thank you so, so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I hope to see you all over here on my next one. I believe my next video is going to be Crate and Barrel Christmas. I've been going to all the stores, high end, low end, you name it. I've been going to all the stores, checking out what they have new in for Christmas. So if you've not seen any of those videos, I'll put them in the playlist in the description box below. But I know I've got a Crate and Barrel one, and then I've got another one that's going to be really, really nice. I'm super excited about that. So more to come with the store walkthroughs in addition to the decorating the house. So we got a lot that's going to be going on for the month of November and December. So I hope to see you all over here to take that ride with me. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.